بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hello, Prep 3. How are you all? Good noon and Assalamu alaikum. Today we have our fourth online class of English literature. So before that, what you have to do, open your course books. Open your course book, and today we are going to read a profile. A profile or a profile, this is a kind of article. Profile, what is profile? Do you know that? Profile is a short article giving description about a person's job or any organization. So we are going to read or we are going to learn as well that how a profile is written. After at the end of the lesson, I will finish my lecture, so you will get. So pages number. What are the pages number? Page number 68. Page number 68, this is unit 4, work. 68 to 69 we will continue. 69 we will continue. Fine. So the unit is 4 and the lesson is Sky High, the air traffic controller. So who is the air traffic controller? The air traffic controller is Becky Evans. Becky Evans is the air traffic controller about today we will know about her profession or about her field, that what sort of work she did and what was her field. And this profile is written in the newspaper and it was written by Leo Bannick Dictus. Leo Bannick Dictus is not well or is not renowned, but he has written two books. Two books he has written. He is a published writer who has taken interview of Becky Evans. So Becky Evans actually does a different task, and it is different for it would be unique for us. We will be curious to know that what she used to do and which kind of air traffic controller which kind of job is this. So basically we will learn today about the air traffic controlling, that how it is done and where it is done, how many people are there, what sort of the environment is over there. Okay, so let's start. Come on, page number 68. The newspaper is The Guardian, and it was published on 18th October 2008. The Air Traffic Controller Center is in Swanwick. Today we are going to learn about the traffic controlling center. It is in Swanwick, and it is in Swanwick, and the location of this center is in the country of Hemisphere, England. So let's start. Liu was interested in to interview a person who will let us know, or he was himself curious that he will come to know about the air traffic controlling. So he went to meet Becky Evans. Becky Evans actually is working over there. So first of all, the quotations were shared by Becky Evans. You have to highlight. They will give you different determination, and they will move you in the future as well. That nothing is impossible. According to all of us, this job is a kind of a stressful job, but for Becky, it wasn't. So let's start. Everyone was very surprised over there when Liu went over there. The place where the office, we say that, where the system of controlling different system. So they went over there first. when Liu went with Becky, he was thinking that the place would be non-challenge. Non-challenge means it wasn't be calm, or it was not having a relaxing environment, and it was so like with Becky when she went when she went into the air traffic controller room. She was thinking that it would not there would it would be crowded with people, it would be noisy, messy, but it wasn't. And it was a very calm place. It was place where everyone was working, everyone was working, they were operating their systems. And even people who one of the men who was sitting over there, he was reading a newspaper. Liu was surprised that so tranquility in the environment he has experienced first time in such a stressful field. Tranquility means silence, calmness, stillness. Okay. So there were some chambers. Chambers means rooms, or we may say the cabins. People were working over there, and the environment was filled with calmness, stillness, and it was silent. There was no anarchy, no panic, and it was strictly controlled environment over there. Basically, if we talk about Swanwick National Air Controlling Center. So it controls two cities. It controls two cities of United Kingdom, and these two cities are England and Wales. England and Wales are the two cities in which legally different business or trade, it is shared between two of the cities. Means laws are similar for the two cities in Kingdom. So everyone was whosoever was sitting over, they were casually dressed. They were not wearing any a different sort of uniform. They were casually dressed, and they were sitting in front of their computers. And Liu was allowed to peep into the room. Peep means to see into the room, that what is actually going on. He was along with Becky. So what he does, that he first started asking a few questions from Becky. That means that the environment is too controlled, and what do you do over there? So Becky he started telling him that the environment is not such like messy or uncontrollable. It is quite controlled, and we control these sort of things, that how many flights are coming and staying. So we keep the estimation of that, and we control if there are any problem. So we can control through this room. So everything she was telling, that she was describing a complex job. Complex means a very typical job, a stressful job, but her style of telling was charmingly simple. Disarmingly means charmingly, means it was so simple, attracting. She was explaining in a quite simplest way about the complex job. So after that, she started telling about her career. She started telling about her career, that she was accidentally he jumped into this career, but she was not interested. Her field was different. What was her field? She was willing to take admission. She was willing to take admission after her university university in the training of under the army. And but she was failed. What happened means, there was an accident she faced, in which her knees ligament means tissues. I have written the word here. Ligament are tissues. Her tissues of the knees were broken, and she was rejected on the medical grounds, that she is not physically fit, so she cannot be taken into army. So at that time, her friend, Becky's friend, was training into the air traffic controlling center. So she recommended that, why don't you join me? Why don't you join this field? So she thought, and she found better that she would be collecting information about this field, and she will know more about this field, then she will decide. After gathering information and after knowing from other people or other people about the field, she decided that this work is this work is right up my sleeve, up my street, right up my street. Right up my street means be exactly the type of, means the work which one like to know or like to do. So it was Becky's type of work, so she agreed. And in the age of 21, in 1998, she headed straight to the air traffic controller college, where people were trained to control the air traffic. So she went over there. She spent 3 years. 3 years. Then she came, or she got this job. So during that job, Leo asked that during your job that you haven't, during your job you did have any difficulty, or now are you having any difficulty or any means any situation which is creating panic. So she said that if there is any emergency or any panic, so this is our duty. So we can deal with the experience which we have gotten from our training within 3 years. So I am quite familiar to talk to the pilot and the people on radio. So I'm not having such sort of difficulty to deal with the emergency or any sort of panic, because hundred of lives depend on the Ivan's job. She said that means not only one, the pilot or two, there are hundreds of lives which depends on me, because I have to talk to the pilot and guide her for the different for to control the route or different thing. So everybody thinks that this is a stressful job, but it was actually not the stressful job, because she can deal with those uh, difficulties or barriers skillfully. Or if she wasn't skillful to deal with, so she tried at her best to deal with all the problems. So it was a kind of pressure for him. What kind of pressure she had? Liu wanted to know. Pressure, she was saying that it wasn't a pressure, but when more than 25 or around 25 aircraft are all together, and we have to manage the routes, or we have to guide them, we have to navigate them. So it would become difficult that at that time we try to guide the pilot better, so that there wouldn't be any kind of collision. Collision means clashes between the aircraft. So even now, Becky was showing another depart which was other depart which was systematically working very well. And after that, he asked that any emergency which happened for you. So she remembered that I remember one of the emergency, which was not actually a great panic or emergency, but it was made by the pilot, and she was smiling at the time. And what was that memory she shared with Leo Benedictus? She told that there was a smoke in the cockpit where the pilots sit and operate the aircraft. So the pilot called the Becky and said that pan pan pan, and midday. Pan pan is a alarming call for the people who are navigating or who are in contact with pilots. And mayday means a big disaster. So awakened, and she listened to the pilot, and she helped him. How she helped him? That he wanted to say that there is a smoke in the cockpit, and according to the pilot, it has become serious, but it wasn't actually seriousness. There was no any serious danger inside the flight. So he said to Becky that I want to land my flight as soon as possible. So she said that okay, it is all right, you may. She guided him that kindly take off from the Bristol. Bristol was a city. Bristol was a state. Kindly take off from Bristol and go up to 2 or 3 thousand feet. Fly up to 2 or 3 thousand feet and then land on the Bryce Norton. Bryce Norton was a town where, but there was a great runway where easily landing would be possible. So the pilot followed her instruction and he successfully landed the jet. She was at that time she was smiling that there was no such problem in the plane, but it was an emergency and the pilot wanted to do what he thought better. So he she was telling at the time as him between him or Becky, there are no other team members, there are no passengers in the jet, only the pilot, and they both are talking to each other, and he made landing successfully. So at that time, means it was the information she was giving. It was according to her, it was a silly, tiny landing without any seriousness, but it was made by the pilot. So after more than after, she was telling more about that. When we become pressurized or when we become more watchful, when there is decompression in the air means decompression means the reduction of the pressure in the air, reduction of the pressure in the air, and any engine of the aircraft got failure. So at the time we have to help to land the plane as soon as possible. After that, she said that we know some of the language, the sky coded language. What is sky coded language? There are some exemplary sky coded language she shared with the profile writer with Liu, and she said that speed speedbird 123 speedbird 123 climb flight level 300. What do we can we understand that what she was saying? Actually her duty was basically her duty was to talk to the pilot, to talk to the people, and to listen to their problems, if they problems while they are landing or while they are flying. So what would be the meaning of those code words speedbird 123 and climb flight level 3000? It would mean that British Airways flight 123, and could you please fly up to an altitude of 30,000 feet? Thanks awfully. Awfully means respectfully. So these were the instruction of the language, coded language of the sky she used with the pilot to balance all the things, or to make the to navigate them, to help them in landing, and to fly as better as they can or safely as well. So we came to know about the air traffic controlling, that how it is done. We know that Becky is quite skilled in this profession, because she liked this profession. She took training of 3 years, then she came into this field. Fine. So I hope that words are clear. Mayday, pen, ligament, things are clear for you. Airborne, yes, airborne. Airborne means flight. Airborne means flight. Fine. Have you know? I hope that you have noted down the difficult words which are on the book, or you have highlighted. So let's come on word pool. There is word pool on page number 69. From page number 69, you have to do word pool, and kindly read word origin. It will improve your knowledge. And if there are there would be unfamiliar words, so you have to write down those unfamiliar words with their meaning. Fine. And on page number 70, there are question answers. Comprehension you have to do as well. Okay, get ready for your language lecture. Okay, I'll come again.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hello, I'm again here with English language lecture. Okay, first of all, what you have to do, open your rough notebooks and hold pencil in your hand. We will continue the practice of active and passive voice, and today I have taken two tenses, present continuous tense and past continuous tense. Okay, fine. Active structure, as you all know that what is active structure, needn't to explain you anything. Subject, auxiliary verbs, is MR, present participle form, and object. I'm not putting over the other part of the sentence because it is right now it is not required. Here we have, how would we change the sentence active sentence structure into passive sentence structure? We know that is MR are the auxiliary verbs of present continuous tense. So we will change them into passive verb. So what would become passive verb? Auxiliary verbs are is MR, and along with auxiliary verbs we add passive being, and present participle form will remain same. We have added here being to transform the sentence into passive sentence. So let's change this. First we will write the sentence structure. While changing this sentence into negative, what would we do? Yes, object is MR, not being. Third form of the verb means past participle form, which is a must of passive voice. Past participle form of the verb by its preposition, subject or agent, it is up to you. Okay, now come on the question sentence structure. Auxiliary verb will come out is, am, are, object, being, past participle, form, preposition by subject. No. Yes, I have put here full stop. Is it right? No, this is question sentence. So we will put here question mark. So I'm writing sentence, active sentence. They are accomplishing a project. So let's change this active sentence into passive sentence. Of course, formulas we have, structures we have in front of us, so we can easily change. How would we change? A project is an object. A project is singular. Okay, we will put is, a project is being accomplishing. What would be the past participle form of the accomplishing? Accomplished. It's being accomplished by preposition. And who is the agent or the doer? They will change into objective pronoun. It will become them. Okay. Now let's change this positive sentence into negative sentence. A project is not being accomplished by them. Full stop. Negative statement. So, how would we change this negative sentence into question? Helping verb is I'm removing the sentence number. Okay, I'm writing here. Then we'll change. I'm making bracket here, writing here. Is a project being accomplished by them? What is it? Question mark. That clear? Now let's come on the past continuous tense. You know what that continuous tenses are also called progressive sentences. We can say that present progressive tense. We can also say past progressive tense. Okay? Only auxiliary verbs will be changed. Example I have to change to put new examples for you. And removing example as well. Okay, this is past continuous tense. Subject. What are the auxiliary verbs of past continuous tense? Yes, was and were. The whole sentence structure will be continued same. Passive structure was, were. Being same will remain same. Past participle form, preposition by and subject. Object was, were. Negative we are changing into negative, so not we will add between two of the verbs, two of the auxiliary verbs, wasn't, was or were or being. Auxiliary verb will come out. First letter will be capital because you are initiating a sentence. Object being past participle form by plus subject or agent question mark is necessary. Writing an exemplary sentence. Sarah is growing the plants Let's change this active sentence into passive sentence. Yes, what is an object over there? The plants. The plants. Yes, plural or singular? Exactly plural. Were. Sarah was. Okay. Plural. Were. The plants were being grown. Past participle of grow is grown. It is growing over there. We will write past participle verb grown by, who is doer? Sarah. Okay, full stop. Then come to the negative sentence. The plants were not being grown by Sarah. Let's sentence. I'm not I can make orally the question of this. Were the plants being grown by Sarah? Question mark. I'm putting another question here. Means a different question, different sentence. We were gathering information to write an article. Okay, let's change this. Practice this sentence changing into passive sentence. This is other part of the sentence. Okay, and object is this. Object is this. Information is singular. It is counted singular. Information was being gathering will be changed into past participle will become gathered. Gathered. Information was being gathered by we will be changed into objective pronoun. It will become us. Information was being gathered by us to write an article. In negative sentence, information was not being gathered by us to write an article. Then changing into question, was information being gathered by us to write an article? All right. Was information being gathered by us to write an article? To give you giving you this sentence, I was thinking that I must write a longer sentence. So the purpose to give you this that I have added here other part of the sentence means I proceeded my sentence. So you needn't to be confused while writing your passive statement. So you can easily do that. The object is information. That is the rest part of the sentence. Is that clear? Okay, one thing. Don't you have any question in your mind that why do we not do future passive or future continuous tense? There is no passive sentence or passive of the future continuous tense. Why? Reason? Because future, if we talk about the future, so future is having two auxiliary verb already in the active sentence will be. So it has already the passive verb be in the sentence in the active sentence. So it cannot be written like will be being. No, grammatically it is wrong. So we cannot change future continuous tense or future progressive tense into passive tense. Is that clear? Okay. Don't copy down the whole stuff from the board, the content from the board. Only what you have to do that you have to write the active structure with one example, then passive structures. Three of the passive structures, positive, negative and question of question sentence. Fine. Then you have to write down your own exemplary sentence with your own practicing sentences. On the copy you have been given to write 10 sentences in passive voice of present continuous tense. I haven't given you past continuous tense to write down. Okay, only present. You have to make sentences of present continuous tense. Hope that this is the revision you have studied. Prep 3 you have studied this. This is the prep 2 you have prep 3 you have studied it. So this is the revision. You have to practice it. Okay. So take care of yourself. Keep completing your homework. We will meet again inshallah. Till then, Allah Hafiz.